Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei whisky.de, dem Treffpunkt feiner Geister. Und hier bin ich heute mal im westlichsten Teil von Irland, wirklich auf einer Halbinsel, und zwar der Dingle-Halbinsel. Hier gibt es auch eine Stadt, ein kleines Fischerdorf namens Dingle, und in Dingle gibt es auch die Dingle Brennerei, und die werden wir heute mal besuchen. Die Geschichte dieses Gebäudes, würde ich erstmal sagen, geht zurück bis ins 18. Jahrhundert. Und es war eine alte Mühle. Es war aber nicht eine Mühle für Getreide, sondern es war ein Sägewerk mit einem Wasserrad, das dann die Säge angetrieben hat. In 2012 haben dann hier drei Leute aus Dublin, aus der Craft Beer Industry, hier eine Brennerei aufgebaut. Einer von ihnen war Oliver Hughes, der war so ein bisschen das Mastermind dahinter. Er ist sehr oft nach Dingle gekommen und hatte die Idee und wollte hier eine Brennerei aufmachen. Unglücklicherweise, die Zinsen waren sehr hoch, die Banken wollten ihm eigentlich gar nichts leihen, und deswegen hat er alternative Quellen fürs Geld gesucht, und er hat 500 Gründungsväter im Grunde gefunden, die jeweils ein Fass gekauft haben und damit schon bevor er einen Whisky verkaufen konnte, ein bisschen Umsatz reingebracht, um die ersten Jahre zu überleben. Also Oliver Hughes ist aber leider dann vor circa 5 Jahren gestorben, aber sein Sohn Elliot Hughes hat dann die Firma jetzt übernommen und ist jetzt der Geschäftsführer der Firma. Ein weiterer Meilenstein für sie ist 2019 haben sie dann ihren ersten Single Malt im Kernsortiment rausgebracht. Sie haben eine ganze Menge Single Casks vorher rausgebracht. Das ist für eine kleine Brennerei immer echt eine schöne Geschichte. Aber in 2019 gibt es jetzt endlich ein Kernsortiment, was dann richtig schön Whiskys mit Single Malt drin hat. Ja, und jetzt schauen wir uns mal an, wie das Ganze hier produziert wird.
Jeder gute Whisky fängt mit 2 Zutaten an: Wasser und Gerste. Hier ist es aber interessant, denn die Gerste kommt in 2 Formen vor. Wir haben einmal Gerstenmalz und einmal normales Gerstenkorn, ungemälzte Gerste. Und das hängt davon ab, Sie haben nämlich 2 Rezepte im Grunde. Einmal ist das Rezept für den Single Malt, 100% Malz, und den Single Pot Still, wo Sie ungefähr 60-40, also 60 ungemälzte, 40 gemälzte Gerste verwenden. Und dann wird es eben ein Single Pot Still Whisky. Sie verwenden immer 1 Tonne Malz. Es wird grob geschrotet in einer etwas moderneren Walzenmühle, also auch wirklich nur geschrotet, und dann vermengt mit 5000 Litern. Und das Interessante ist, das Vermengen hier geschieht nur über den Einlass, der im Grunde das Mashing macht. Denn wir haben innen in der Mashtan keine Rechen. Sehr, sehr interessant. Sie füllen mit ca. 65 Grad ein. Sie haben natürlich auch einen doppelten Boden in ihrer großen hölzernen Mashtan. Da wird es dann unten ganz abgesiebt, und dann wird sogar noch ein weiterer Sparging-Vorgang, also ein weiterer Einweichvorgang gemacht. Der ist dann ein Stückchen höher mit 75 Grad Celsius. Mehr macht Ihr Boiler gerade nicht her. Vielleicht werden Sie es in Zukunft noch mal ein bisschen ändern, um Ihren Output vielleicht ein wenig zu verbessern. Ja, also 5000 Liter, 1 Tonne Gerste, das gibt einem dann den richtigen zuckrigen Brei. Und je nachdem, ob man jetzt eben Single Pot Still oder Single Malt hat man ein bisschen mehr oder ein bisschen weniger Zucker. Also eine ungemälzte Gerste ist natürlich ein bisschen weniger zuckriger als eine gemälzte Gerste. Und ja, jetzt geht es weiter mit der Fermentation.
Wir haben 5 schöne hölzerne Washbags mit jeweils 5000 Litern Befüllung. Sie sind irgendwo sozusagen 8000, vielleicht sogar noch ein bisschen mehr, denn sie haben keine Switcher Blades, also keine Schaumschläger oben. Und deswegen brauchen Sie hier schon eine ganze Menge an Platz, wenn das Ganze nach oben schäumt, dass es nicht überläuft. Und sagen, ja, ganz hin und wieder, wenn Sie mal ein bisschen aggressiv sind im Sommer, kann es auch mal sein, dass Sie ein bisschen was am Überlaufen haben. Aber das sind eben die das Ganze eben natürlich hochkochen lassen und das Ganze nicht niederschlagen. Ja, wie ich schon gesagt habe, 5000 Liter. Sie fermentieren für ca. 72 Stunden, und das ist auch ausschlaggebend für den Geschmack. Und Sie sagen, Sie kommen raus mit einem eher malzigen, fruchtigen Wash.
Hängt natürlich ein bisschen davon ab, was man drin hat, ob man jetzt den Single Malt drin hat oder den Single Pot Still drin hat. Aber im Wash, habe ich nachgefragt, ist es gar nicht so unterschiedlich. Also vom Wash her könnte man es jetzt nicht sofort rausschmecken, oh ja, das ist ein Single Pot Still oder das ist ein Single Malt. Ist aber dann später schon noch wichtig für den Geschmack. Hier bei Dingle ist eins ganz wichtig: Kupferkontakt. Und wir fangen an mit 5000 Litern in der Wash Still mit ca. 7%. Das wird wie bei jeder Wash Still ziemlich schnell durchgebrannt, aber man merkt schon, ziemlich gedrungen, ziemlich breit. Ja, aber wie gesagt, Wash Still ist nicht so ausschlaggebend für den Geschmack. Kommen wir bei 20% in der Intermediate an, da bleiben noch ungefähr 2000 übrig, aber wir haben noch vom letzten Run dann nochmal 1500. Also hat man 3500 hier. Und hier sieht man dann schon auch wieder gedrungen, großer Reflux Bowl, viel Kupfer, was man in Kontakt haben kann. Und das Besondere, dünner Leinarm. Das heißt, da geht wirklich wenig durch den Leinarm. Und es staut sich ein bisschen dieser, ja, wie heißt der Alkoholdampf. Und wir haben sehr, sehr viel Kupferkontakt. Und das ist das Wichtige hier: Kupferkontakt, Kupferkontakt, Kupferkontakt. Der nimmt die Schwefel raus und die bitteren und die auch würzigen Stoffe raus. Also das ist der Grund, warum wir hier so einen sehr weichen Rohbrand haben. Wenn wir durch sind, kommen wir am Ende mit 2500 Litern in der Spirit Still an. Die macht das Ganze dann nochmal im Feinbrandverfahren sehr, sehr hoch destilliert auf 85%, wie wir es bei jeder Distille kennen. Also es ist normal auf 85% hoch zu destillieren. Aber auch hier wieder großer Reflux Bowl, kleinerer Leinarm. Das heißt viel Reflux, viel Kupferkontakt und das macht das Ganze mild. Am Ende, was sie abzielen, ist wirklich ein malziger, fruchtiger Single Malt. Ich sage genau Single Malt, weil hier haben wir noch den Single Pot Still. Der wird im gleichen Verfahren natürlich hergestellt, aber der hat noch so ein bisschen eine Würzigkeit drin, sagen sie, dass da hinten noch ein bisschen eine Würzigkeit rauskommt, was man natürlich dann auch im Whisky schmeckt. Das Abfüllen in die Fässer geschieht hier im Warehouse und Sie haben natürlich zwei verschiedene Rezepturen. Sie haben einmal den Single Malt, Single Pot Still. Aber ja, das ist dann ein bisschen eine Verteilungsgeschichte. Die Company hat zurzeit 7500 Fässer in ihrem eigenen Lagerhaus mit einer eigenen Abfüllung und ein bisschen natürlich auch noch anderes Storage. Sie planen aber mittlerweile schon noch ein Warehouse, aber bis jetzt sind sie noch am Wachsen von ihrem Lagerbestand und es ist auch noch genug Platz, dass sie hier noch was einlagern können. Groß und schön sind natürlich die Founding Fathers hier aufgebaut, also die Gründungsmitglieder, die eben noch ihre 500 Fässer, mittlerweile aber schon relativ viele abgefüllt, hier noch haben. Und ja, jetzt reden wir mal ein bisschen über die normalen Fässer, die wir auch in den normalen Abfüllungen haben. Wir haben ungefähr 50% Bourbonfässer, die wir hier sehen. Dann gibt es noch eine Menge Oloroso, auch noch eine gute Menge PX-Fässer, die sie benutzen. Und dann gehen sie in ganz viele verschiedene Fässer rein, von denen sie dann natürlich nicht mehr so viel haben, wie irgendwie ein Tony Port, ein Ruby Port, ein Fino. Sie haben mir auch erzählt, Rum, Tequila, Mezcal, sie haben sogar irgendwie ein paar Champagnerfässer. Sie sind wirklich sehr, sehr experimentierfreudig und ich habe hier sehr, sehr interessante Fässer gefunden. Die zeigt einfach, wie experimentierfreudig sie sind. Ich habe hier 16 Fässer gefunden, frische Fässer. Wir haben Kirschfässer, wir haben Akazie, wir haben Esche und Maulbeere. Also wirklich sehr, sehr interessante Fässer, aus denen man normalerweise nutzt man die nicht für die Lagerung. Und in Schottland wäre das Ganze auch illegal. Also man dürfte nicht schottischen Whisky draufschreiben. Aber in Irland ist es alles okay. Also hier dürfen Sie am Ende wirklich Irish Whisky draufschreiben. Und ja, vier Fässer pro Sorte ist jetzt nicht so viel, aber es wird schon ein paar interessante Single Casts an der Stelle rauskommen. Also ich bin sehr gespannt, wie das Ganze funktioniert. Ich habe mir die Fässer mal ein bisschen angeschaut. Sie sind ja aus diesem Jahr, also noch nicht lang drin, aber sie sehen aus, als würden sie recht dicht sein und sie sehen auch sehr gut gemacht aus. Also ich habe da echt gute Hoffnung, dass wir dann in 3, 5, 7, 8 Jahren auch mal irgendwo einen sehr, sehr interessanten Whisky von Dingle probieren dürfen. Ja, genug geredet und jetzt würde ich mir gerne mal anschauen, was denn hier, wie der ganze Zeug denn eigentlich schmeckt. Ja, das war's mit der Produktion und jetzt geht's weiter mit einem kleinen englischen Interview. So this was it with the production and now I'm standing here with Paddy Foley, head of maturing and production.
Maturation and production.
So maturation and production. So 7 years with the company.
Yeah, 7 years with the company this year.
So a lot of experience with maturing of whiskey.
Yeah, and I've done everything, done bottling, done everything to do with the casks, done everything to do with production.
Okay.
So
nice. So thank you very much for having us here. It was wonderful going around and seeing all that kind of distillery and So what are we having today? What did you prepare for us?
So first one we're going to show you is our Dingle single malt. This is our core release, so it's always on the shelves out there. We first released this in 2021. The recipe for this, or the makeup of this, is bourbon and sherry barrels, all first fill. Okay.
And 100% malt is the single malt.
100% single malt, yeah. So single malt, so it's 100% malted barley. So we've about 60% bourbon, 40% sherry in this, Oloroso and PX inside there, and it's bottled at 46.3%.
46.3.
46.3.
And what is about the chill filtration? I didn't mention that.
We don't do chill filtration. That's why we bottle at 46.3. Any lower than that, you start getting a little bit of haze in the liquid, so you'd have to chill filter to remove that. But you're also taking away a little bit of flavour. Yeah,
the what do you call it? It's always a battle between the beginners and the experts. The expert want it unchill filtered, and beginners kind of don't know that it's not a problem to have the haze
exactly. in there. they don't know it's not a problem. So 46.3, we just found that. It's just nice point for us. We're not chill filtering. It's a whole process we don't have to worry about, but it keeps it keeps the integrity of the liquid, and it keeps the flavours in there as well.
So how long was that in the core range, do you know?
How long was that in the casks?
No, core range, like how long does the product exist? Or?
Oh, since 2021.
2021?
2021, so a couple of years. It took a few years for us to build up the stocks of liquid to allow us to do a core range. Hopefully there'll be more core ranges in the future.
Yeah, if you are a young company that doesn't have a 19 with their founding, then you do have to evolve till you have a
You have
good
to
core
evolve,
range.
and you have to plan ahead, and if we put everything into this, then we have nothing for something else in the future.
Yeah,
so we have to, work very hard at making sure that our forecasts are correct and we can plan for the future in relation to it. So this is our core range. It's our kind of introductory whiskey. So single malt, Dingle single malt is what we refer to as our core Dingle single malt, 46.3%, bourbon and sherry barrels. All first fill, a little bit of second fill coming into it, so maybe about 5% second fill. And the age of this is generally in around the 5, 6, 7 years range. That's the recipe we use to make up our Dingle single malt.
Yeah, it has a bit of that bourbon character to it, but yes, it has that maltiness to it, a little bit of that fruitiness to it. It's a very pleasant one.
It's a very, look, it is very appealing. It is very appealing. It also has the Dingle character, a character being our new make spirit from the stills, as the maltiness, as you said, and that fruitiness coming through from it. So it has that Dingle character to it. Been very successful for us. We're very proud of it.
Yeah.
Sláinte.
That's nice. You have it comfortable, round. Yeah, you realize it's not like a 20-year-old.
No, it's
below 10, but it's very nice with a bourbon character. A lot of fruitiness to it. Didn't expect that much fruitiness. I like it, and it's mouth-watering.
It is mouth-watering, and it's like there's a little bit of spiciness almost coming from the sherry barrels there as well. There's a little bit of there's a nice long finish to it as well. Nice long finish.
Yeah, at the beginning you have a lot of that bourbon character, and comes the fruitiness, and now comes a little bit of the spiciness, oakiness.
Exactly, a little bit of the wood character coming through in it as well. So yeah, look, we're very happy with it. It really works really well for us. It works really well for us from a production point of view and a barrel management point of view as well. That we're able to do it, and we're able to keep this going over the next few years, and also allow for other things to happen as well with our future releases.
Oh, I like it. 46% gives it also a bit of more volume, a bit of more kick.
A little bit more of a kick to it. So if that was down at the 40%, you're losing something there. So it just gives it that little bit.
So it is a bit demanding as well. First of all, you think, wow, round, pleasant, and then okay, a little 46, okay. So nice, I like it. But this one was a single malt.
Correct.
So how is it for the maturation? Is it hard to keep track of where single malt and single pot still is in?
Not really. Generally, single pot still maybe matures a little bit quicker, in that a 5-year-old single pot still might compare to a 7 or 8-year-old single malt.
Okay.
But you're really getting fussy then, you know. We don't worry about it too much because they are two different. They are two separate types of liquids, so we treat them as two separate products then as well.
Okay, so your warehouse is kind of like virtually split down the middle. You have like product 1, product 2, and
more exactly, yeah, as well then as the different types of barrels.
But wait, if you'd mix it, you would could still call it pot still?
No, you couldn't. Legally, you can't do that. You can mix it, but we don't.
You don't,
we
okay.
Don't. We think our single malt is on its own is good enough. Our single pot still on its own is good enough. We don't want to mix them up.
Okay, so the next one is then a pot still?
The next one is a single pot still. So single pot still, so this is a mixture of malted and unmalted barley.
Okay.
So 60%, I think you maybe referred to this earlier on, 60% malted barley, 40% unmalted barley.
I think I maybe got it wrong the other way around.
That's my fault. So yeah, that makes a slightly different liquid. So this one is part of our recent series, which was called Wheel of the Year. It refers to different times of the year in the Irish or the Gaelic calendar. So this particular one, if you try and say that name.
Sorry, the Gaelic is not good.
Greenstad and Saurig.
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 Okay.
So Saurig is actually the Gaelic or Irish name for summer.
Oh,
so this would be the middle of the summer. So this was released last summer in the middle of the summer. So it refers to different periods or different times of the year. So this one is a single pot still, and now this is a finish. So this spent about 5 years in a bourbon barrel, and then we moved it into a rye cask.
A rye cask?
Yeah, for about 2 years.
Okay, so a bit hard to say now where the spiciness comes from.
Exactly,
if it's
yeah.
from the pot still or the unmalted barley, or if it's from the rye.
Exactly. So you'll have a little bit of spiciness from the pot still. You'll also have a little bit of that pepperiness from the rye casks as well. Rye cask as well. So this particular one is 52.5%.
Oh,
so it's a little bit higher. It's just you want the single pot.
But it's not cask strength.
It's not cask strength. No, we brought it down. Cask strength for us is somewhere
high strength,
high 50s or low 60s. So we brought it down a little bit, but you still wanted the liquid to actually shine there as well, you know.
52, okay, high strength, interesting.
So yeah, look, it's in the middle. Like it's a little bit more.
But I think it sounds to me like this is like you have a bit of you have a bit of unmalted barley in there. You have a rye in there. Sounds like it's a bit more of a rough one, but. Usually, what I've seen from the distillation, rough is not like your thing.
No, our stills are still quite smooth. Our liquid, our new mixed spirit is still quite smooth. So really, the rough, as you say, or maybe that spiciness that'll come through in the casks.
Oh, it's not from the smell. It's not that intense. It's like not that spicy, but it has a bit of the freshness of the rye.
So now you're getting the.
But it's nice. It has a rye touch to it.
It has a rye touch to it.
It's not a rye.
It's not fully rye. It's not fully rye at all. So it is. So again, 5 years in bourbon. So it's going to be, you're going to get all the bourbon characteristics there, and then 2 years in rye.
You do have a bit of bourbon in the beginning. You have to have a lot of freshness, a lot of herbs, and a lot of. Like minty notes, or like the rye also has that pine or fresh note to it. You find there, and then you come into the spicy stuff in the end, like bread notes and baking spice and all that kind of stuff.
Touch of pepperiness almost there as well.
Yeah, pepperiness in the end, like a brown pepper or a black pepper.
So again, the big difference here. Is that this is single pot still, so different new make spirit. So 5 years in bourbon, 2 years in rye.
But for 52, okay, it's just 6 more, but usually above 50 is a bit heftier. This is for 52. It's actually pretty
balanced.
Comfortable.
Actually, that's why we went with 52.5 with it. It finds that balance between the liquid and the casks, and still makes it appealing.
I found a 46. I expected to be less demanding. This one was less demanding than I expected.
Than you expected, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. So what I didn't touch on is your logo.
Yeah.
You have that like is it a stick figure or what is it?
Yeah. So our logo, you can see it there. This guy here, he is the Wren Boy. So that refers to
Wren Boy.
Wren. So the Wren Boy. So it refers to a festival here. It's on the day after Christmas every year. It's really popular here in Dingle. It's an old pagan festival, and it involves the tradition and their stories about how it evolved. What that has evolved into today is people dressing up in straw hats and straw costumes. They're going around playing music, going into the pubs, knocking on the doors of houses, playing music, having a bit of fun. So it's evolved into that these days. So there's really a nod to the old, and it's thousands of years old.
So it's
festival.
Like Celtic or like Gaelic or
Gaelic, yeah, I suppose a pagan Celtic festival that has evolved, and it happens in a lot of areas in Ireland, but it's really, really strong here in Dingle. So you have different groups. You have different groups of what they call different wrens around town. So people get up in different colours.
But is it like also for children or is it just
it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Yeah, it's for everybody. It's, go on to YouTube, have a look, type it in, Wren's Day in Dingle, and it's just, you'll see the fun that's
Rain's Day, like the rain, like the drizzle, or like
W-R-E-N. Rain.
With W.
The rain is a small bird.
Ah, okay.
And this evolved from when they used to have to chase the bird around the place. The stories of how it evolved. So they used to chase the bird around, and that's how it turned into what we have today.
Okay, nice. So what is the third one?
The third one then is Droleen. So this is actually, Droleen again is Gaelic. This is the actual translation of the rain.
Oh, okay.
Into Irish. So Droleen is what we call it. So this one was released at Christmas just in 2024. So to coincide with Wren's Day. This particular one, again, it's a single pot still, like the previous one. It's triple distilled Irish whiskey, and it's matured in bourbon barrels for 5 years again, and then it was put into muscatel casks, muscatel sherry, they spent about 3 years in the muscatel casks.
The muscatel was a wine that is a bit more strong, or was it a sweet one?
It's a bit more dry. Dry sweet, a dessert. A dessert
wine. Dessert. Yeah, muscatel dessert.
So
I think I get it.
Grape, yeah. So a little bit unusual. We don't have many muscatel casks. So it was just a nice way of utilising those casks. Instead of going full maturation and leaving them for a few years, to be able to put it into to finish in them was just a nice way to utilise and make the most out of those particular casks. So,
was it
Droleen.
I think my Gaelic will not improve.
Yeah, so quite difficult to say, but the stories behind the names is really interesting. The Gaelic. Yeah. It is a Gaelic region here.
So this was like you had the sun, so summer, and this is like for the winter.
Exactly, yes.
So this represents the winter.
It represents that time in the winter.
That time in the winter, even more specific.
Yeah. So there was this series. There was 9 in the whole series.
Yeah, I think I've tried 1 or 2 of these.
Yeah, so
and talked about it.
Different times of year refer to different things. So yeah, really interesting, and they're all a little bit different as well.
So pot still with muscatel finish.
Muscatel finish, yes.
Okay.
Again, 52.5% again.
Are you doing all about them 52?
52, yeah. Some of them were 50.5, so just to kind of let the new make spirit shine as well.
So you just find out where the sweet spot is?
Find out where the sweet spot is, exactly.
Okay. I like it. It's a little bit hidden still. But it has a bit of that sweet wine touch to it. Smash it?
Smash it.
Oh, that works really well.
So there's a big punch of kind of very dark fruit sweetiness coming through there.
Yes, but it feels very comfortable.
Yeah, well, it's
like
very
with the
warming.
Comfortable, and with that, as you said, sweet dark, and with just the muscatel. But now it comes in with the spiciness in the end.
Again, so that's the single pot still spiciness.
Yes.
That comes in at the end then again.
Yeah, I like it.
So very interesting, a lovely long finish again to this.
It feels stronger in the end than it is in the beginning. The beginning is really pleasant, round, sweetness, dark chocolate with a bit of dark fruits, dried fruits, all that kind of stuff. I like it. Probably have to try it at home. I've seen a lot with your cask variety, and I've seen that you do a lot of single casks. So what is the future going to hold up? You're going to go full with a single cask again, or expand the core range?
There's plans to look at everything. So basically, we have a forecast model, so we know, like these casks behind us here, they're probably going to go into future Dingle single malts. So there's plans for everything. And then there's a little bit of a windows of opportunity in there as well. So we do single cask stuff as well. So I have an example of a 9-year-old Madeira single cask that we done ourselves.
Oh, so you do a lot of age statement there?
Age statements are starting to come in with us now, because we started in 2012. A lot of our a lot of our earlier stock has been used already. So we're really only starting to get enough stock of 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old coming in now that we may have age statements on things going forward. So again, this is one of the first age statement ones we done, is a 9-year-old Madeira cask. So we do a little bit of single cask. I know we done some of these for Germany previously. Yeah,
we do have in whiskey.de, we do have the single casks. Yeah, I think one or two we could always have like on stock.
On stock, yeah.
I think the 8-year-old, I can't remember, was it Chardonnay or something?
Cognac finish, maybe?
Cognac, yeah, maybe like that.
Something like that. So like this is an example of another single cask that we done ourselves.
You do the whole bottle number, cask filled, bottle date, and your signature on it.
And my signature on it, yes.
Nice.
And my signature on it.
Head of maturation, yeah, nice.
So
And this is cask strength then?
That's cask strength then, yeah.
So do you do all cask strength?
Most of the single cask stuff is all cask strength, yeah. Because the people who are going to into their whiskey who are going to buy this really wanted that cask strength, because they can add their water and they can play around with it then. Yeah, whereas this is more for the a bit more appealing to the general public, we'll say.
Yeah, I mean that's the core range, but exactly. Single cask is if you want to get deep into something and want something
a little bit more unique.
The malt heads or the experts.
Exactly, yeah. So and a little bit more unique, a little bit more exclusive as well.
And do you already have plans for the like ash wood or what we had? Was it cherry wood?
There are plans. It's a few years away yet for what will happen then. There will be a small release. So as I said, we can do a model. We know what's going into our future releases. We also have like limited time or smaller series releases, or maybe exclusive releases for single markets, that kind of thing. And then what's left over, we can play with a little bit. So,
you're going to try them like regularly?
Yeah, we keep, particularly those ones, we'll try them very regularly. Everything else, we try and sample a parcel. So what we say is this range of casks, we might sample them once every year just to check they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Have you sampled them already?
Yes.
How long are they in there? It's in months, right? Because it was 2025.
They're in there about 12 months.
12 months?
They're in about 12 months,
yeah. And is there like a preliminary? Is like, okay, this one doesn't go. I'm really excited because
some of them are very interesting. They're very interesting. They're going to get quite a lot out of the wood quite early because they're virgin wood.
Virgin oak.
Because they're virgin wood. So we have to monitor them very closely. So we could maybe take that liquid out and put it into a second fill bourbon and finish something in those casks.
Yeah,
we're looking at those.
I think when you've used the cask, use them again. That would be also an opportunity.
Something, yeah. So at least it's the woodiness or the very astringency is going out of it.
Yeah, and because I had favorite whiskies that were matured in maple wood, very very sweet, but.
Too sweet?
For most of the people, probably. Yeah. But the thing is, airtight.
So
they're all airtight. They look really fine.
Yeah. They were very well very well made. So yeah,
that
look,
really good.
they're a bit of an experiment.
Yeah.
They'll only ever be a small release. You know, they'll only ever be a couple of 100 bottles.
Yeah, but keep being subscribed to whiskey.com news. I will keep you updated on these barrels because I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of fun. You know, it's a bit of fun, a bit of the experimental stuff.
So I think we're through. Or do you still have something?
No, I think we covered everything there.
So Paddy, thank you very much.
No problem.
That was really a pleasant stay here at Dingle.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, and thank you very much for watching. And if you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends. And if you're interested in Dingle whiskey and you come from Netherlands or Belgium, or in Germany or Austria or Switzerland, then have a look at whiskey.de or whiskey.com. You can all buy this stuff there. Thank you very much and see you next time.